You want to start us off?
Sure. Welcome. I've never started us off, so I'm awkward. Okay. But I'll put my podcasting voice on. Okay. Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Erin, the believer.
You had to think of which one you were.
I did.
Well, sometimes it switches. I'm Megan, the skeptical one, and here we are.
Yeah.
Let's talk TV for a minute.
Okay. Ooh, I've been watching some good things.
So, as you guys know, if you're a listener, we play euchre every Tuesday night with our mom and our other sister on virtually. But we're online, and I start telling everybody about this really good show. I'm like, Erin, you've got to watch it. You will love it. I was like, Mom, you should watch it. I don't know if our other sister would like it or not, but I was like, you guys should definitely watch it. It's called Behind Her Eyes. It's on Netflix. You'll like it. I start giving a little bit of like a trailer. That's one thing all of us do. Like whenever we watch something good, we want to tell the entire plot, but then we're like, oh, we can't tell it all, but we give a little teaser here and there.
Yeah. It's Mom's fault because she always would be like, tell us every detail of it.
Yes. I was going to say it is Mom because she loves to hear stories. She loves to tell stories. She loves to hear stories. She's like, just tell it all to me.
Yeah.
And she's so fun to tell stories to because she gets so into it. But so I start telling the story, and Erin's like, wait a second. This is a book. I've read this book. And I was like, oh, you have? And then she's like, yes. And I told you this entire book. In fact, I've told you the ending to this book. Because
one of the great things about Megan not reading is that I get to spoil all my stories to her.
Yeah, because I'm never going to read it. So I'm like, Mom, tell it all to me. Let's hear a good story. And good storytelling runs in our family, even though we get teased sometimes it's about how long it runs, whatever.
Yeah, they're not usually short.
No, nothing in our family is short. It's all
except for the people.
Yeah, that is true. We are physically a very short family, but what we make up for in our stature, what we lack in our stature, we make up for in our storytelling, which gets very long. Yeah. Hence this whole thing about this show that we just went on and on about. But but it's really good and a huge twist and all these like crazy twists and turns and whatever. But the funniest part to me was as I'm watching it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I do kind of remember her telling me this.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have to say like, oh yeah, I promise I listened to you. But then as it was going on, I was like, oh, I think I do remember. But clearly I don't, because then I texted you at the very end. I'm like, is this going to happen? And you just sit back like a GIF, like, yeah, probably. Like, you should know.
I sent back the maybe.
But at the same time, I was laughing like, oh, I'm such an idiot. If I had just listened a little bit better, I would already know the ending.
Well, thank goodness you didn't, because you got to enjoy the show.
That's true. It wasn't a spoiler. So, it's for my own benefit, I guess, that I'm not such a good listener. I get to relive everything fresh for the first time.
That's right. One of the best gifts you've ever given me is that, I know I'm going to bring it to Twilight, but
I knew. Did you see my eye roll?
I did.
Knew that's what you're going to do.
The final movie was the most shocked I've ever been in the movie theater. And I couldn't spoil it for people who love Twilight.
So she spoiled it for me.
And I was like, I got to talk about it so bad. And you were like, well, tell me what happened.
Go ahead. It's Twilight.
Gosh,
yeah.
It was wonderful.
And I eye rolled, and then I thought, it's kind of an okay plot. And then I eye rolled some more.
Every once in a while, I'll just watch the end of that movie.
My problem with Twilight is that they sparkle. I'm like looking at the cover. I just looked up and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's her book. It's like looking right at me, those sparkly vampires. Like you can have vampires. Yeah. You can have characters that sparkle. Yeah. You cannot have sparkly vampires. At what point am I going to be scared of a vampire that sparkles?
You're not supposed to be afraid of these vampires.
About what kind of skincare you use.
You're supposed to be madly in love with them, and I am.
Oh my gosh! Well, that's a little far fetched for me. I don't know if I want to be scared of my vampires. No. I don't want to be madly in love with them. No, I like scary vampires.
I want to be swept off by my vampires.
Of course. Well, that's good. A little too TMI. No, but anyway. So yeah, but if you have not watched Behind Her Eyes on Netflix. It's a little out there, but it's good. It's really good. It's got lots of twists and turns, and
I like the binge. Book. I need to watch the show.
I feel like, and I, coming from somebody who's never read the book, I feel like they do a really good job.
Oh, good. I think every book, if you're going to turn it into some kind of like a visual thing, needs to be a miniseries. It's so much smarter.
I agree.
Because you get, I mean, books are so detailed and you just miss it.
They put a lot of detail in this, and they do a lot of really good character building.
Yeah.
Like, I love the main character. And so, I was rooting for her the whole time. But, I'm not going to, I wanted to. Did you hear me right there? I was going to try to spoil it at the end, but I'm not going to.
Good job. Well, Kevin and I watched 2 good movies this weekend.
Okay. I watched one of the ones that you recommended, and I don't know that I agree, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, we watched I Care a Lot.
That's the one
on Netflix.
And James always teases Erin because she'll like tell us movies to watch, and we watch them, and he's like, your sister and her movie choices are so weird.
So rude.
And sometimes he's like, okay, I'll give her that one. But usually, I can't remember what it was. You had us watch something, and he was like, really? James is kind of picky.
I just like
I know what it was. The Knives Out, which I thought was so good.
Well, then he sucks. Because Knives Out was one of the best movies.
I thought it was really. We went and saw it in the theater on a date. This was pre-COVID. Like, on a date, we go out, and I am sandwiched between my husband, who is snoring, and an old man who is snoring.
Oh my God.
Because we were in those like lay-back recliners.
Yeah.
And I was playing the like wonder who's snoring louder game. Speaking of snoring, Ellie. Yeah, but I thought that was hilarious. And he was like, he's like, I don't know, maybe it was good, and made me fall asleep.
Oh my gosh.
Such a dork.
Nope. I stand by that one. I do have a lot of weird tastes, and some of them are out there, but that movie was just all around such a good movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I love Knives Out.
Yeah, I like that quirky kind of, which is what I thought the show.
Oh no,
crazy. What is it?
I Care a Lot.
I Care a Lot. I Care a Lot, and I didn't know who to root for.
Yeah, that's the problem.
The whole time.
Did you finish it though?
Oh yeah, we watched the whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And we won't give anything away either. But the whole time I was in the first 10 minutes, he goes, "Your damn sister. This movie is giving me anxiety."
Oh, it was very stressful. I watched the whole thing like with my hands around my face.
He said, "These women are horrible."
I know. I kept telling Kevin, I was like, I hope they don't do this. I'm sure people do this. I hate this. This is awful. And then at one point he goes, I think I'm rooting for the Russian mob. And I was like, yes, me too.
I know.
But it keeps changing. I know. It was wild, but it was entertaining to say the least.
Yeah, it was. And I just thought that was the funniest part, though, is that he's like, because movies don't affect me like that so much. Like, I don't know. I can kind of detach a little bit and watch it.
I can't.
And I mean, sometimes, I'm definitely a crier at movies, but movies like that, like the amoral movies, I sometimes kind of like, whatever, like, what is it? Nurse Jackie.
Oh, I love Nurse Jackie.
Yes.
But see, you loved her first. Like you still love Nurse Jackie.
Yeah, she had a lot of good in her.
She had a lot of good. I hated that woman in this movie.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. We're going on and on about
I know. Sorry.
But I kind of got lost in our own forgot we were doing a podcast.
This
is you just got a glimpse into what it's like to just be us by ourselves.
Right.
We could go on and on about this for literally hours.
At least your movie was, or your show recommendation was like kind of paranormal and weird. Not paranormal, but weird.
Yeah, I mean, it gets a little out
there. Yeah, mine was just whatever.
Well, what was the other one? You said 2.
Oh, it was Palmer on Apple TV with Justin Timberlake.
I have not seen that one.
Also, it was just a sweet movie, but like I cried.
Oh, sometimes that's needed.
It was really sweet. It was about like Justin Timberlake comes back to town and he was back from jail and
so Justin Timberlake playing a character.
Yes, he's playing a character.
I was like, when did he go to jail?
No.
I mean, all that drama's coming out about Britney.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I need to watch that documentary.
I know. I've listened to a lot of podcasts about that and gone down some deep
rabbit holes
there. It is very interesting, but it's just cute. It was a really cute movie.
Oh, I have to. Well, I don't have Apple
You don't
TV.
have Apple TV. You have to come over and watch it.
I have to have you go do your normal routine, and I'll sit back here and watch it.
Sounds great.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, we have 2 stories tonight.
Yeah, just 2.
Yeah, and now I feel like everybody's just going to turn us off and go watch TV.
Oh no! Come back.
What was the point of this other than we'll just go watch TV? But I do I stand by it. Pandemic TV's like best friend right now. So
right. I'm glad they're still coming out with good stuff.
Yes. And I'm like, if you have a recommendation, please tell me about it. Cause I am all for good recommendations right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. You went first last week. So you want me to go first this
Sure.
week? Okay. So I sent Erin a message. I'm like, I got a good one. It's long, which I felt like I told her, I felt like I talked forever last week, not just because Jack's story was 10 pages long, but also because I've been through in my own stories several, and I was like, man, so, I'll try to read fast, but it's a good one.
No, you're fine.
No, it's really good. Okay. So, and I just am going to say it already. I get so impressed. I feel like mom. Do you ever have those moments where you notice like, oh, this is a mom thing?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm just so proud of people when they write in, they've got great writing and they're like witty and funny. I get like this weird, like, listen to her. She is so cute. Okay. And I mean that not in a condescending way. I mean that in like I'm going to be her friend kind of way.
We very much established that. Everyone who writes in, you're like, can we
I
be
know.
friends?
I just love friends. I love people.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
People,
I miss them.
I do. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm like, I would go hang out with this girl in a pandemic for sure. No, I'm kidding. I would hang out with you anytime. Maybe. Okay. Howdy. I mean, I don't really know her.
Why would you add the maybe?
Because I don't really know her.
Okay.
Her writing is cute enough that I think I would during
you
a
wouldn't
pandemic.
even give her a shot?
Yeah.
Go hang out with her.
I would
post-pandemic?
socially distance hang out with her during a pandemic. I mean, once this world kicks back in, I'm going to be busy. I'm going to have all my friends getting back together. We're going to do stuff. Oh, I cannot wait for that. Okay.
Neither.
Howdy. I'm Dominica, and my pronouns are she, her. I love when you all include that.
Yes. Thank you for normalizing pronouns.
That's right. I hope this story convinces you, your sister, like she doesn't know who's writing or who's reading it. So she's like, either you, if you're the skeptic, or your sister, any skeptics out there that ghosts are real. So she is on a mission.
Me too.
Powerful and sometimes can even help you out too. Now, let's get spooky. My mom has been living in a vineyard. Okay, this is wild.
Okay.
The ghost story is good, but the way that this mom comes to live at this vineyard, I'm like, what? This is a great story. Okay. And I don't know why. I'm just going to say this. In my mind, I know it's not a vineyard, but the whole time I'm picturing Dirty Dancing. Like, how like the campgrounds of Dirty Dancing. Maybe it's because I think it's in New Jersey, and I think that was filmed in New Jersey. But also
that's your only reference.
Well, I love that movie, and I watched it a million times growing up. So I'm just picturing. The whole time I'm picturing that. So Dominica, please let me know if that's incorrect or if it's right on. I might be spot on. Okay, sorry. Let's get spooky. My mom has been living at a vineyard for the past 2 years or so and working there for 3 years this spring. My mom was working at TJ Maxx, the jewelry counter, one day, and one of the owners came in and just loved my mom's vibes. So she was like, here's the address. Come over Saturday. Bye. The vineyard is inside a historic. So and that's all she says. I'm guessing from
how
that.
You get murdered. Don't do that. Don't go there.
It's true. That is true. Well, sometimes you do, and you get a job from it.
Okay.
And then you end up working a really cool vineyard. So I guess that's how she got her job.
Okay.
So the vineyard.
I still would not recommend it, people. Don't just
maybe find out a little bit about that owner.
Yeah. Google it before you go.
Google them. Google the vineyard.
Yes. Make sure they match.
Yes. This is all very good advice. You're right. The vineyard is inside a historic high Victorian Gothic home built. Gosh. I know, right? Which, no, you're right. That's nothing like Dirty Dancing.
Nope, not a bit. Not a bit.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Home built in 1872 by a branch of the Pearson family. Related, and I'm like, I don't know.
Of course, no, I don't know who the Pearsons are.
Right. Okay. Related by marriage and very complicatedly to Alexander Hamilton and J.P. Morgan.
Oh, I know the first one.
J.P. Morgan, I feel like, isn't that a financial?
I mean, he sounds like he should do finances.
Yeah.
I'm J.P. Morgan. I do feel like that might be a commercial.
Doesn't that sound? I'm J.P. Morgan. Yeah.
J.P. Morgan, will you sponsor us? I basically just advertised for you.
Come on. Right. Okay. When passed down to Pearson's niece, she and her husband transformed the place and added natural swimming ponds, a tennis court, horse raceway, gardens, and chicken coops, all of which are gone now, sadly.
Oh, that is sad.
Right?
But
It sounded
maybe
beautiful.
Maybe that's why you were thinking dirty dancing, all the activities.
Sure, yes. They sold the house in 1918, and it wore many hats over the years, becoming a religious retreat, a Girl Scout camp, a boarding house. Almost all of the original buildings still stand, but most of them and many rooms in the main house have been turned into apartments.
Huh.
Right, that's different. The property, which again, little houses, like when you think of Dirty Dancing, all those little houses.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's a stretch, but I'm still going with it. The property was bought by 2 brothers and their wives. C, the owner who met my mother at TJ Maxx. And they have kept all the apartments, added 2 more, restored the property, and the vineyard on the main house's first floor on the large stone patio they built. Our apartment is on the first floor, so she lives with her mom.
Okay.
At this point. At one point she was away. Our apartment is on the first floor, a filled-in doorway around from the vineyard's tasting room, saying that they've seen a woman in the windows when you're looking up at the house.
Ooh.
I have definitely felt her energy. I was home alone, packing frantically for a month-long trip to Maine with my partner. I'm like, a month-long trip to Maine?
That sounds
We're so
wonderful.
jealous.
I want to go to Maine so bad. It's on my
For a
bucket
month.
list.
Yeah. Eat lobster for a month?
Yeah.
Sign me up. Okay, so sorry, we'll stop being jealous of your life.
Well, no promises.
Yeah, right, true. Okay, so she's packing frantically for a month-long trip to Maine with my partner this past June, and something in the kitchen fell over loudly. When I reassured out loud that I was leaving for a while, but I'd be back, a different decorative tile fell into the sink even louder.
Oh.
I decided to keep my mouth shut from then on. I moved to Newark, New Jersey in August, and when I visited home in October for the first time since moving out, the same tile fell 5 times in a row every time I put it back. Coincidence? Almost definitely.
Oh, okay.
Spooky? You betcha.
Oh.
We see a lot of stuff out of the corner of our eyes, blobs and figures, orbs near our feet that remind us of cats darting quickly around corners. My brother came home from France in March. Are these like the coolest people?
Yes. Remember when you said we weren't going to be jealous of
I know. And then I'm like, well, you have a brother that lives in France? What? Who are these people? Whatever. Yeah. Again, not jealous. Trying not to be. Trying desperately not to be.
I'm fully jealous, and I'm okay with it.
I love my life. I love my life.
Oh, yeah. I love my kids.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. My brother came home from France in March, right before the world shut down. And she, I think she's meaning the ghost, was quiet for a while, almost shy around him. And when she got comfortable again, it seemed all the extra commotion made the spookiness sharply increase.
Maybe send a picture of your brother.
Right. Yeah, right.
Just kidding.
What's
Just
he
kidding,
look
Kevin.
like?
I already got jokes about Kyle.
Yeah.
He came home. He was like, Kyle.
Oh
my gosh. I
Called
was
you out
kidding.
on wanting to drink with Kyle. So funny. I love it. Sorry. We were totally hitting on her brother. And we're totally married. Okay. All right. And I think she may have stopped me from falling down the stairs. When quarantine began, the vineyard shut down and all the tenants had free roam of the property. So that's fascinating. I guess during the regular season of having guests, there are certain places the tenants aren't allowed to go because that must be for the guests.
Wow.
That's how it reads to me.
Yeah, that's interesting.
My mom and I would go down and then this sounds like living the quarantine life right here. My mom and I would go down and sit by the river almost every day, hanging out, listening to music, reading, bird watching, dramatic narrative building.
Dramatic narrative building?
I have read this 4 times to make sure I'm saying. I would love to know what that is. Dramatic.
That's what smart people do.
I know.
On their free
right?
time when they live by a river on a vineyard.
And I want to see it. What does it mean? Dramatic narrative building. So do they they're writing stories?
Maybe, or
Dramatic
just having
stories.
very intense conversation.
Wow. Somebody's going to tell us what that is.
I know. Sorry.
It's okay. Anything to entertain us. Our usual spot was a small beach with a few stone stairs leading to an outcrop of rocks in the water. One warm afternoon, a few months in, all the waitresses from the vineyard came to hang out on the patio and break into untouched bottles. I know. Pandemic life.
Yeah.
Right there.
We did this wrong.
Yes, we totally did. I told my mom my friend was going to come over the next day, and I was going to spend my day sitting at our spot by the river reading. From up on the patio, when my mom and her coworkers walked to the edge overlooking the field and the river, they'd be able to see me clear as day, far away and small, but still clearly visible. We all waved to each other at one point, but kept our distance. I enjoyed my solo time, listening to the rush of the river and getting sucked into my book, reading, you're going to love this, rereading the third Harry Potter, in case you were curious. And then in parentheses, fuck J.K. Rowling and her turf bullshit, though.
That's right. Fuck her. We're done with J.K. Rowling.
That's right.
She just sucks. Yeah. We hate her now.
Yep.
But we appreciate what she gave us, but now she's done.
Right. Okay.
You don't.
I don't. Yeah,
you
that's
don't
like, right. I could. When I came back inside later, my mom asked how my friend was, if we enjoyed sitting by the water and watching all the duck drama.
Shut up.
I reminded her that she's coming over tomorrow, and her face dropped in shock. She asked if I was sure, and I told her, of course. I was down by the river all day. We all saw each other. So you saw me. She replies, no, I know. The thing is, we all saw someone down there with you. Oh, she said that every time her and the waitresses would come by the edge of the patio, they saw me hunched over reading and someone sitting right next to me on the stone step. They had even asked my mom who my friend was, and my mom told them about my friend coming over. So, mom's thinking, it must have been today she was talking about.
I got cold chills when you said that.
I know. We both were extremely, in all capital letters, weirded out. My mom, again, reinforcing that all the women saw us several times.
I cannot wait for you to try to debunk this. I'm so excited.
I didn't feel weird that day by the water. The only thing, by the way, you notice how I didn't say, I've got a theory. That's because, while I'm reading, I'm thinking of my theory. But I'll come up with one. Don't you worry. Okay. I didn't feel weird that day by the water. The only thing I can think of is that I had gotten particularly absorbed into my book like I hadn't previously and felt very serene, not getting distracted by my phone like I usually do. Classic ADHD probs. I think she's millennial. She sounds so cool. Classic ADHD probs. I need 4,000 things to look at. Maybe I was in such a half attentive, peaceful state. It gave her the perfect opportunity to keep me company. Whatever it may be, I had a friend with me that day, my pal or not. And then several months later, my mom saw our friend. So mom sees the ghost again. Okay. My mom is the hostess at the vineyard, and her register is in a small bar right inside the foyer. In front of her is the wide staircase going up to the second floor. Okay. I'm going to admit this too. I realize that this is inside, but when she's talking about the staircase, I was picturing baby going up and down those stairs, doing her little dance. Okay, sorry. I promise. She's like, quit talking. She's like, old woman. That movie is.
I also like that you call her millennial. Like she's real young. Millennials are now kind of old. I'm a millennial.
Oh gosh. Okay, so she's not
Gen Z. I think is what.
Okay, well she's so cool.
The middle part. Not skinny. I don't even know what the alternative to not skinny jeans are, because what are you wearing? Bell bottoms?
And what's with the parted hair? I keep seeing that pop up.
Yeah.
So you're not supposed to wear your hair on the side part anymore?
Gen Z are saying that if you part your hair anywhere other than the middle, you're old.
Okay, well, that's good to know. I'll start taking note of that.
I think my favorite TikTok that I've seen is this guy. You hear the girl talking, this young girl. She's like, you show me one person who looks better with a side part and I will, whatever. When you see this, he's handsome. The next thing you see him, he's got a side part or a middle part and his hair is greased down. It's hilarious. Side parts just look better.
Yeah.
On everyone.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think on everyone. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. I just keep thinking, no, we go way off tangent there.
I know, I'm sorry.
I guess maybe they're referencing Friends. Is that where the side part came in?
No, they say no, it has nothing to do. They don't even watch Friends. They don't know what Friends is.
Oh, well then screw them. They missed out.
They also say if you use that little laugh emoji, which is the one more it's crying, that
I know
makes you old.
it's such specific things.
Yeah, I'm like, we do it because that's funny.
Look, if that's what makes me old,
bring it.
Listen here, okay, I liked you at first.
That's not what I meant. We still like her.
Dominica, I liked you at first, and now I'm like, wait a second. Are you getting sassy with me, Dominica, about my side part? Because here is the thing, girl.
Why did that get brought up? Did she say side part?
Said that I called her a millennial, and you're like, she's probably not a millennial. She's probably way cooler.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
probably Gen Z.
Right.
Whatever. Yeah. I'm old. I will wear my hair whatever damn way I please.
I'm millennial and I'll side part and I'm fine with it.
That's right. Next year, tell me the beach curls out that I just figured out how to do. Great. Okay. Because that took me 40 years to figure that out. I'm keeping it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Again, so sorry. Went on a tangent. She said to the woman that upstairs was for residents only, and the woman glanced at her from the side as if acknowledging her, but kept going. My mom figured she was a guest of the couple who lived upstairs, who usually have family over on the weekends. And then I love her typo. I love this because I'm not reading this. She said, in a panoramic. I know if that was totally like auto or like,
Yeah.
Yeah. But it says in a panoramic. And I was like, I think you mean pandemic, because I would have probably pronounced any of your words, but you did it for me. In a pandemic. And didn't think much of it. When the wife came down, my mom asked who her rude guest was. And I love the mom. Who's your rude guest? And the wife was confused because she hadn't invited anyone over that day. Later, the husband came down, and my mom asked if anyone was upstairs at all. The husband replied that no, all the residents were out for the day, and he was the only one up there. My mom was like, big damn K. I think like a big okay, but it does say this could be a Gen Z thing.
Big damn K.
It says, big damn K. Something cool.
Let's just start saying it.
That'll be hilarious.
And then people are like, what? We're like,
yeah, like,
oh my gosh, you don't know.
Big damn K. Which it totally could be a thing.
Right.
Right now, people,
we could be so cool.
We could be. Or we could just be reading a typo. Who knows? We'll try it out. Oh, that's hilarious. But it definitely says, big damn K. My last story about our ghosty gal was a helpful one.
I guess K. K?
Like,
big
K.
damn K.
It's like, big damn K.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what it is. Let's not start saying it.
You worked that out. Yeah, you worked that out. Good job. Yeah, I love her. She is funny.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, my last story about our ghosty gal was a helpful one. I've been using an empty upstairs apartment to teach for Zoom school. When I visit home, girl, we're with you.
Mm-hmm.
And while walking down the stairs on a break, eyes already at my feet because I'm clumsy AF, I had a moment where my vision swam, and the only words in my mind were very loudly, pay attention. Like all of a sudden, she just hears this, like, pay attention. It passed quickly, and while I brushed it off, I still headed, what was in parentheses, head, took heed of, and then she's like, R.I.P. The Office. So I guess that's some reference. Like, I love The Office, but I don't remember that specific reference. But I just love it's just like, heated, or is it head, or is it took heed of? I'm with you, girl. Who knows? The warning. So she took heed of the warning.
Mm-hmm.
The next step I took, I stumbled, and if I hadn't already been extra careful, I would have fallen. I have chronic back pain, so one bad fall can mess me up, even if I was so close to the bottom already. I was very grateful she intercepted when she did. My mom and I are true believers, and she especially has had many paranormal experiences before, including death predictions and her friend's grandma post-mortem judging her interior decoration choices. I would definitely love to hear that story from your mama.
Absolutely.
She is chill with our lady ghost. Well, I can definitely feel her judgment when I stay up late smoking weed in the bathroom and listening to podcasts. Hey,
that means she's listening to us now. The ghost is listening. The ghost is listening to us. Hey, girl.
Hey, ghost. You sound amazing. I want to see that outfit.
Will you please show up for Megan?
Yes,
so she
you
can
gotta
shut up.
no. We're not summoning ghosts.
No, I'm
Remember
summoning
last
them
time?
to you.
Oh, look at you! Said you never summon a ghost. And
I'll
here you
summon
are.
them to you.
Though that doesn't sound very nice. Okay, because we think she's helpful.
Yeah, she
Also,
made her
she's
not.
kind of judgy. Whatever.
I like
I'm
her.
just saying.
I'm
You
down.
smoke your weed and you mind your business, judgy ghost. That's all I'm saying. Thank y'all so much for reading, and I'm not sorry for this long email.
Me neither.
I loved it. I hope I changed some minds and hearts. Lots of love and laugh out loud, Dominica. Dominica, okay. I don't know that you made me a believer,
Okay.
but I sure loved your story. And the only thing I could think of is that I just need to see. I wish I could. I'm picturing in my mind the whole little beach and they're far away and all of those things.
Yeah.
I really wish that I could be there and check it out to see how accessible this place was.
Right.
Because what if it and I'm also kind of picturing like it is a river, right? She didn't say like,
yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just picturing kind of loud. So maybe you didn't notice that there was an actual person. Like how closely was this person to her?
If I were reading, I would be very distracted. If anyone was at all close to me, at least for a little bit, I would notice them.
Well, I mean, it could be behind her. She said she was hunched over, and she said she was very into her book.
Almost paranormally into it.
No, she does say that. But it's very, very, that lots of witnesses.
Yeah, that's hard to
plain
debunk.
Day. It's hard. I will give you that. It's hard to debunk. I will say this. So the same way I could not debunk my own, I can't debunk hers. So there you go. I can't debunk it. I can just say the only little thing is, what if there was just happened to be somebody else, another bystander that you didn't notice because you were so into your book? The chances of that, like you said, not sensing somebody near you to even notice that they're there, especially if they were that close, slim to none. So, I don't know. I also might just be trying to be really cool with this Gen Z girl right now. I'm like, you're right. You made me a believer. No, I'm kidding. You didn't make me a believer. I just would like to go to the vineyard for free and see if
full-on believer. I do want to go to that vineyard for free. I want to go and see her for ourselves.
Yeah, and I want to sit down with all those waitresses and have an untouched bottle of wine and have them all tell me the story.
Yeah, I'll spend the rest of the pandemic there. She just talked about how she's got like Wi-Fi for Zoom. I can teach from there.
Yes, and all these empty apartments. I feel like this was an invitation.
Oh, thank you so much, Dominica.
Yes, Dominica, we'll be there.
We accept.
ASAP, girl. And I promise I'll stop saying rock and rollin', and I'll try to be a little bit cooler. I'll start parting my hair in the middle if that's what it's going to take.
I won't do it for that. Even for that, I would look so dumb.
I think I could part my hair in the middle. I don't know that I could get rid of the laughing emoji. That laughing emoji lives in my life.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We do it a lot.
We do a lot, yes. But gifts are the new thing. We're cool.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Our gift game is on point.
Our gift game, like, I'm jealous for people who don't text us regularly.
Yes, because it's on point. I was like, we should give out our number, but we won't. But
no.
Yes, we are hilarious on our gift game.
Absolutely.
And humble.
Hunt Memorial Glass creates custom glass artwork using the cremation ashes of your loved one. They offer affordable, custom designed glass jewelry, personalized glass sculptures, and beautiful glass marbles that you and your family will cherish. Please visit Hunt Memorial Glass on Facebook or email them at huntmemorialglass@gmail.com.
Okay, so first of all, you read that beautifully.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so professionally. I'm so excited to get to promote this because they do beautiful work. Like that, we just sat here scrolling through all of their pictures.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's beautiful. So, whether you're a believer or a skeptic of ghosts, everybody wants to memorialize their loved ones. Then even pets, like they had a sun catcher with a little paw print that has the dog's ashes. I was like, if I had thought of that with Corley. I really believe in this product. I think it's beautiful and just a wonderful way to honor your loved ones if they pass on.
It's gorgeous. I think you should all check out that Facebook page. I definitely followed it as soon as I saw it. It's
Mhm.
incredible. What a cool way to remember your loved ones. Okay, so we love to talk about our coincidences on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And your story had so much about Dominica.
Gen Z.
No, Dominica and her mom.
Uh-huh.
And her mom also seeing things.
Okay.
And my story has a lot with her mom
Shut your
too.
mouth. That is strange how we.
I know.
You
They
know.
always seem to sync up, and we do not read.
No, not till the day right before. I read this right before.
Yeah, and I don't read hers, and she doesn't read mine, and we don't talk about themes. We just go for it. So
right.
So it's interesting. Huh. So this story is from, you actually connected with her.
Yes. Yeah.
So she's got a podcast that we'll plug called Murder Squared.
It's good. She's got good stories on there.
Her stories are very interesting, and they're really short. Like her episodes are like 15 minutes or 20 minutes long.
I'm like, maybe we should do short episodes.
Because,
no, but
we banter too much.
No way. We would just not. It would just be us bantering.
We'd only talk about shows and be like, well, bye.
I hope you had fun.
Right. She's the only one on there.
Right.
And she just tells you like really interesting true crime mystery stories.
A lot of them I've never heard of.
Anyone I've listened to, I haven't heard of. Yeah. And I listen to so much true crime. So I'm very impressed. So you should check her out because she's good. Okay. So her name is Michaela, and here we go. It says, "Hi, ladies. I'm new to the podcast, but I'm loving it. I'm not sure where to start, so I'll just jump right in. I'm from a very rural part of Tennessee. My parents own a small farm right across from Norris Lake. The road that they live on has cemetery in the name, and about 5 acres behind my parents' house is a cemetery. We moved into what is now my parents' house when I was 9 years old. At first, I loved everything about the house. It reminded me of a cabin like we would stay in when we would go to Gatlinburg. We moved from a 3-bedroom, single-wide trailer to a 5-bedroom, 2-story house. My older brother and I were in awe until one night when my mom and I were home alone." See, her mom. Here we go. My brother had football practice that night, so it was just me and my mom and our dog Pebbles.
Oh, that's a cute name.
I know. We get so many good pet names.
Good pet names. I wonder if they had another animal at some point named Bam Bam.
Oh, our kids went as that one year for Halloween.
Yeah. Not our pets, our kids.
Yeah, they're close to the same age, so we make them go as like couple costumes all the time.
Which is weird.
It is weird, but whatever. They're adorable.
They're fun.
We had gotten in when it was already dark outside. I had school the next day, so I came inside and told my mom I was going to take a shower. I got into the shower, and my mom barged in and asked me why I had slammed the basement door. I asked what she was talking about because I had been in the shower for at least 10 minutes. I came out of the shower, and my mom was sitting in the living room folding clothes. She was sitting where she could see the front door, the basement door, and the back door.
Oh, she was a high alert.
I know. She told me to sit next to her and help fold. I remember thinking that she was acting really odd. Then, when she leaned over, I saw her .45 pistol sitting next to her.
Oh, shit.
No.
Nashville don't play around.
That's right.
Tennessee don't play around. No, they're not in Nashville. They're in Tennessee, right?
Right. Well, I don't know where they are exactly. Somewhere rural Tennessee, so not Nashville. I was obviously freaked out, so we just sat in silence until my dad got home, and I didn't I said my dad like you did. Like you do.
And I heard it. I was like, listen to her.
I was making fun of you for your accent, and here we go.
Hilarious.
It's because I'm into it. She's in Tennessee. I'm embracing my accent. Until my dad got home, and I didn't move from that spot. I thought maybe mom thought that there was somebody in the house. I didn't know, but it freaked me out regardless. And then we move on. We don't hear any update from mom about what happened.
Yeah, did dad check everything out and everything?
I don't know. I would assume that nothing else came from that, which is what makes it so spooky creepy and paranormal-like, you know? Okay, fast forward to about a year later. I was sitting in the living room and felt like someone was watching me. I looked down the hall, and at the very end of the hallway next to my room was an old man. I got up slowly and walked over to the light switch, and suddenly he was gone. I went to the kitchen where my mom was, and she said, "What's wrong with you? You look sick." I sat there for a minute and told my mom what I had seen, and she just stared at me. Then she said, "So you've seen him too?"
Oh.
Like, what the hell, woman? We're living in a haunted house and you just forgot to mention it?
Right?
She then went on to say that she felt something when we first moved in, but she didn't want to say anything. That if there was something there, she didn't think it was a harmful spirit. Over the remainder of the time living with my parents, there were times when we could hear someone walking up and down the stairs, and you would be the only one home. There were other times when we would come home and the basement door would be open. Then other times we would hear the piano downstairs softly play. I'm the only one that plays piano, and it sure as hell wasn't me. We went on to nickname our ghost Charlie. I know a lot of people are skeptical of the supernatural world, but I'm a firm believer in there being certain souls that are just out of reach on the other side. I hope this isn't too long. Your friend of the podcast, Michaela.
Oh, Michaela, that was great.
I know it was almost on the short side.
Yeah, it was perfect, Michaela. That was perfect. Man, I don't know. Yeah, a musical
Squatter.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, oh my
No.
gosh, I mean, I don't know. It's so funny how some people are so afraid of living in the city.
Yeah.
And the thought of living somewhere so far out in the country, that terrifies me.
Yeah, that's way scared me.
I can get like in the city, noises or things can happen, and I just brush that off. I'm like, oh, that was just a neighbor making some weird noise.
Right.
But if you're out there in the country and there's nobody around,
right,
and you hear a sound, who are you going to blame it on? I don't know. I guess that's when you become a believer. No, I was thinking like, okay, so she has had enough experiences. Like when she said, I am a believer, like, and same with Dominica, they've had enough experiences.
Yeah,
that's happened. So my suggestion is move to the city and blame it on other things. That's what I would say to do. No, I don't know what my debunking is there. Houses make strange noises.
Okay.
Wind can blow.
Every once in a while, houses can form to look like a little old man down the hall. Is that what you're saying?
No, the sounds, like, footsteps and stuff like that. I don't know. The piano playing. I don't know. I had, some things I cannot explain. That doesn't mean they cannot be explained. That's what I'm going to say.
I think the only possibility of a debunk would be just a squatter, a little old man squatter who's nice.
Oh, well, welcome him in. Have mom cook him some dinner.
I mean,
he might want to help fold that clothes. I would be down for a squatter who wanted to like fold and put away my clothes. Yeah, those are great stories. I mean, they were two, but they were good. They were like full bodied.
Yeah, I know. I feel like my story was a little shorter, but it had packed some punch.
How are we on time? Do we need more fillers? I can think of more TV I've watched.
No, I think we're good. We're good. Last week, we'll just on average, we're around an hour. That's
good. Yeah, last week was a long episode. Thank you, Jack. I did think when you said cemetery, I was like, I know I've been talking a lot about Jack, but I do love him. But we did do one of our awkward family photo shoots in a cemetery because we were dressed up as like dorky zombies. Right. Like, what if the dorky teachers who wear no, I'm sorry.
Oh, that was
so sorry. It was probably have a lot of teachers listening.
Hot take.
So sorry about this. One of those teachers that might wear those sweaters on purpose.
The sweater vests.
The big sweater vest with the big ABC.
Which we both think are cool.
Sure. Except for we're trying to get invited to the vineyard by the cool Gen Z.
Oh, right.
And what are we going to do? Who are we going to offend here? Gen Z or the old?
Oh, yeah. All right. Those vests are dumb. And I'm okay with it.
Yeah, they're a lot. I remember when I became a teacher, my college friends all bought me like a series of those sweaters. I'm like, okay, I get your joke. You're funny. But anyway, we dressed up like that, and then we full on zombie makeup because
they still, even though they both have families now, send out Christmas cards. Jack and Megan of awkward family photo
every year. Yes, if you want one, hit us up. Oh my gosh. I mean, you might have to pay us if this becomes huge. And I'm kidding. Not everybody gets a Christmas card. You have to work a little bit for that card. No, but yeah, we do one mainly because somebody once at our school thought we were a couple, and we're not. He's a gay man. I'm a straight woman. But we live together, and we thought that was hilarious. So we're like, let's just throw them really far off and make a Christmas card together and send it out. And we did. And then from there, it just kind of snowballed to every year we make one.
Yeah, they're hilarious. Okay, so if you like our podcast and you enjoy listening to us, if you could help us out by liking, nope, I did it again, by rating and reviewing us. That's a huge
subscribing.
And subscribing, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I always forget to mention this at the end of our episodes to rate and review, but that helps us so much. It helps us get us out there, helps us
try to get more
slowly climb that huge chart of.
It helps our egos every week.
It helps so much.
Excited.
Yes. So if you'll do that, that's great. Also, you can send your ghost stories into any email, any story you want to send us, or just talk to us.
To any email. Like, well, no. Be specific on that part.
No, anything you want to email to us, you can email us at myskepticalsister@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social, you can go to My Skeptical Sister on Instagram, My Skeptical Sis. Sorry, Twitter, limits your characters, whatever.
So
I know I don't put a lot on there, but please follow me. Please start responding. Do something. Help me out. Help me out on Twitter.
Help us help you, Twitter. If you want us to stay, maybe let us have our full title.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you think you are, Twitter?
I know. I hate it. I'm really trying so hard to not hate it. I hate it. Okay, I'm going to try harder. I promise.
To like it? No, that's okay.
No, I'm going to try harder to be on Twitter.
Okay, unless you hate it, then don't do it. Who cares? We do us. We side part, and we don't care. We use the laughing emoji, Gen Z.
And if I ever wear jeans again, they're going to be skinny jeans.
Not me. I never got into that craze. I'm like, my butt is way too big for those skinny jeans. I'm like,
I
don't need to look like a cartoon character where like the little tiny poop at the end, you know what I'm talking about, like the big old hips and then like little bitty.
That is what I look like.
Legs. That is what I look like. Exactly what I look like, and I'm like, oh my gosh! Every time I'm in a try them on, I'm like, maybe I could get away with this. Like, oh no, that butt is too big for those skinny jeans, and your ankles are too skinny for that big old butt. We need to like have a little bit more. It's okay. Look, it's fine. I'm back to Gen Z. I went full circle. I just skipped right over to that skinny jean era and went right into I'm back to being cool, whatever that is.
Oh, yeah. Well, the problem is we have the exact same body, and I'm fully on board with skinny jeans.
I mean, they look great on you.
Yeah. Whatever. But anyways, what else were we saying? Oh, but the main place, if you want to interact with us on social media, the best way to do that is on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Fans of My Skeptical Sister on Facebook, and we are on there all the time because we have no life and we're stuck in a pandemic.
That's right.
So go there, and I think that's all that we really need to talk about.
I think so too. It's been a great night.
I know. Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Talk at you next week.
La 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 la.
Hi friends. Hi. Welcome to They're Terrified and Tipsy.
So I'll start.
Okay.
My name is Courtney. I love long walks on the beach, white wine, and I absolutely love scary movies.
And I'm Stephanie. I also love long walks on the beach. I love white wine, but I absolutely hate scary movies.
So Stephanie, can I ask you a question?
Please.
Why in the hell would you want to watch scary movies and do a podcast on scary movies when you hate them?
Oh, that's easy. Because you forced me.
That's true. But you know what? There's wine.
Yeah, so I'm basically only here for the wine.
Lots and lots of wine.
We're gonna need it.
Well, since we have very different feelings about scary movies, we decided to share our emotional struggles with you all.
Yeah, so grab a glass of wine, your favorite couch blanket, and get comfy and enjoy the ride with us. Also, you can find They're Terrified and Tipsy on Instagram and Twitter, plus all the podcast platforms. For links, head over to tipsypod.com. Cheers!